Hi everyone, welcome back to Spentarn learning platform. And today we will be completing this full stack development with the React. Already we have created our APIs, right? So CRUD APIs we already have for our SMS or student management system, and today we'll be completing the front end using the React. And this particular video will be focusing basically from the scratch to the advanced level where we will be just integrating our APIs. Now, few things I have already mentioned over here in the green color, which is we will be using Bootstrap. Second one is the Axios. The third one is React Router DOM. You will be asking, what are these things? Don't worry, I'll be letting you know everything from the scratch because there are a lot of people who are new to the front end development, right? And who know only the Java backend development, but they want to learn the full stack. So in that case, I'll be just focusing more on front end today rather than focusing on back end because we already have created the video for that. Before moving further, basically, if you are new to the React, you must know few of the things related to the JavaScript only, right? And that's what we will try to focus today. That rather than going completely on the deep dive into the JavaScript, we will be just focusing more on the how we will be integrating it, right? So that you can go ahead for the interviews, you can just clear or crack any of the interviews for the full stack developer role as well. Okay. But basically, if you are a Java developer, then definitely you should be aware about the front end technologies as well. If you that will be adding a kind of weightage in your resume, right? So that's what we are just trying to make this SMS or student management system. So I'm expecting you are very much new to the React. So that's why let me tell you one thing. If you are new to the React, you are unaware about the things, how we will be using it. First of all, you should have two things in your system. One is Node, another one is NPM. So when you will be installing Node, you might be having NPM as well. Okay. So what you have to do to just check it out if you already have it in your system or not. If you are completely new, definitely you might not be having, you have downloaded. You are having a lot of videos available on the YouTube. Even if you will ask me, I'll be creating the same for you in the future, near future. Please comment it down. So for now, I'll be showing you. You should have these Node and npm. I'll be searching for command prompt. Okay, here I'll be just checking for the version for Node hyphen v. Right, I'm having v22.11.0, right, or o. Now, another one is npm. I want to check npm hyphen version, right? So which version I'm having, which is 10.9.0. Okay, so you should have these two at least. If you want to go for the Angular, then definitely you should have the Angular version as well. But we are not going for the Angular at this moment. We are just trying to integrate our React application basically. And I already told you why the React is better than the Angular, because nowadays every legacy-based applications, whether it is already on the Angular, they are also moving to the React library. Okay, so let's go ahead. React is not a framework. Let me tell you, it is a library. So please remember that as well, because when you will be going for the interviews, definitely you should be aware about it's not a framework, it's a library. Okay. So let's go. So to go ahead for the creation of React application, you must be aware about two things. One is like important thing is as in the Spring Boot, we were using Gradle or Maven. Similarly, here we are having two ways to create the structure of React application, right? And the ways are using create React app or using white.js. You might be saying white, what is white? So basically, if you are creating a production based application, just prefer the white.js over create React app because it is lightweight and definitely it will give you much more faster functionalities as well. So don't worry, but here, if you are learning the things, then definitely go with the create React app, and that's what we'll be using today. Okay. So let's go ahead, create one folder and in that folder only, we'll be just pushing our particular structured code of React application. Okay. So as you already know, if you want to create a Spring application rather than going for a Spring Boot, definitely we have to write a lot of boilerplate code. Similarly here, if you want to create it from the scratch, we might have to include a lot of things. So if you already have the two ways to create that structure, so let's go and utilize that. Okay. So we'll be using the create React app today in this particular video. How you have to do it, let me show you. First of all, create one folder. Okay, let's go create one folder, file explorer, and here I'll be just creating one new folder, right? So let's call it as student management system front end, right? We got this front end actually, right? Okay, so we got this folder. What we have to do is we have to just open the command terminal or command prompt inside this particular specific path. So what you will be doing, you will be just going here, just type code dot, but it will open VS Studio Code. Okay, I hope you already know that. So what we have to do, we have to do CMD and dot. So what it will do, it will automatically open your command prompt terminal into this particular specific path itself. Okay, we got this particular thing now. As I already told you that you have to follow a structured way of React application, right? So let's go ahead and do that. npx create React 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 app. Okay, create React app and your application name. For an example, right now we are creating the student management system. I'll be calling it as SMS. Okay, let's call it as SMS and just hit enter. Okay, you will see that it will automatically start creating your particular project, and it's saying that creating a new React app in this particular path, installing the packages. These are the packages it is installing: React, React DOM, React scripts, CRA template. That is automatically coming with the help of this command npx create React app. Remember this thing: if you want to create a structured layout that already have everything ready, just you have to write your particular code to show on the front end. That's it. Just go with the create React app or white.js. Okay. So we are using create React app. Let's get it installed. And if while it is getting installed, let me show you one more thing. So if you are completely new to the React or JS as well, so definitely you must be aware about how to create the functions. So to create the functions, we having a function keyword. Oh, spelling should be correct. A function keyword. Inside the function keyword, we must have to mention the function name. For an example, right now I'm mentioning Spentarn. Okay, so this is the function name. It should accept a parameter. It's not mandatory, but it should accept a parameter inside these braces. Now I'll be going for a curly braces, and in the React application while we'll be creating, you must have to return something from out of this function. Okay, in the Java, you used to define the return type as well, but here it is not mandatory. What you will be doing, you will be just doing return. And for an example, I want to return something from here. So I'll be returning that part. Okay. But now in case of React, let me tell you one more thing. In case of React, we are having something beautiful. I mean, that we call it as JSX. So JSX is nothing but a JavaScript with the HTML. So we used to write the HTML inside the JavaScript itself. So as we are creating this function, let me tell you, you have to use the JSX here. Okay. So this is my JavaScript function. Now I want to return something. What I want to return? Let me show you. I want to return what I want to return. I want to return HTML page from here, or HTML tag from here, or HTML content from here. So I'll be mentioning it as H1 hello family, and then close this H1 tag. Okay. So you will see that this function is returning what? Hello family with H1 tag. Ideally, if we go deep dive into it, it used to have a React component. Okay, so it used to render it in a certain way, like in JavaScript way. So basically, internally, when we'll be running this particular program or this particular React app, it will be automatically converted into the React GS program only. Okay, but at this moment, for our convenience, we are just mentioning it as an HTML. Okay, so you must be aware about that. Let's see if that is done. Um, yeah, happy hacking. We got this. So what we have to do, we have to go back to our project. This is our project, SMS. Now we have to open the VS Studio code over here, right? So what we'll be mentioning over here is to code dot. Done. You are inside your project structure, okay? You got the project structure. You got the Copilot as well. Just close it for now. Yes, I trust the authors. Okay. If you want to realize it, definitely it's a great tool, GitHub Copilot. You must use it. Okay. I'll be just suggesting to use it basically. If you are finding anything difficult, then just go ahead and use it. Okay. Now, before moving further, I want to let you know the structure of the project. Okay. Because everything we want to cover in this video itself. So you must know about the structure as well. So in the Java, we were having pom.xml, right? There we were defining the dependencies, but here in this case, we are having package.json. We are mentioning our dependencies, right? So these are the dependencies we are having as React, React DOM, React scripts, Web Vitals. Similarly, whatever the dependency will be adding, it will come over here only. Okay. So basically, this is nothing but this is this is package.json, which is basically used to store the dependencies, right? Okay. I hope you got it. Okay. So what are the things we have installed right now? Everything is coming over here, and you do not have to worry about it. Once you started your package with npx create react app sms, so with the help of that command, it has created a lot of dependencies, libraries, or it has taken into consideration with lot of items, right? You do not have to worry about this particular folder. Don't worry. Okay. Now we have this public folder where we are having index.html. Okay. If you see over here, this is the front page that used to get open when you just start your application. Okay. So when we will be starting this application, this is the page that will be visible on the front end. Okay. Now these are the things, you don't have to worry about it. Just close this public. Important thing will come into the SRC only. Okay. So whatever the work you will be doing, you have to work on the SRC. You do not have to worry about the public folder as well. Okay. For this moment, just forget about the public. Go ahead if you want to know how exactly it used to work. In the public folder, we were having index.html, and in the index.html, if you will see, we are using this div id equals to root. And this div id equals to root is going to our index.js. You will see that it is creating a DOM, create root. It is getting that element with the help of root, and here it is rendering a particular app component. Now one important thing you must be aware about is that the React is a particular library that used to play with components. Okay, so to make it more clear to you, let me open one thing which is Flipkart. Okay, let's open this Flipkart for now, and I'll be showing you one important thing. For an example, I have loaded it for the first time. You will see that this has been loaded for the first time now. And if you want to select something, it is not getting loaded. Okay. It's it's simply not loading, and internally it's doing some processing, right? We are not sure how these are getting opened, right? If you will click on mobiles, it's not getting loaded. Just focus on that. Okay. It's not getting loaded, even though I'm switching the pages as well. So that is the beauty of React. Okay, it is a kind of library that used to work with the components. For an example, let me give you an example as well before going further. This is a particular image. Okay, here also this is an image, but you will see that this is a kind of container that it has created, and this container is nothing but which is same like this one as well. The shape, sizes, everything is same. We are just utilizing it again and again, right? So instead of creating it again and again, what we have to do, we have to create a component of it. Just create a component, use it anywhere inside your application. That is the beauty of React. And that's what we will be utilizing. I'll be letting you know how to create the components, how to use the components in other classes or other particular JavaScript files. Okay. Let's go back to our program, and now we are on this particular page where we are just looking at this app. App is nothing but a component here. Just remember this thing. App is a component over here. Let's go to the app. This component. What is this component actually? This component, when we are saying it as a component, it's actually a file, and that is app.js. So if you will see over here, in this component, we are writing a function that I've already told you how to create a function, and we are returning something. What we are returning from here is the JSX. It is a JSX actually. It's HTML with JavaScript. Just remember this thing. HTML with JavaScript to make it simpler for you. That's why React is very much easier for anyone who is even not aware about the JS completely. You can come into the React, just get familiar with the few basic functionality of the JavaScript, and you are done. You can start your application. You can start building your application actually. Okay. So for the CSS part, we'll be using Bootstrap. Everything, styling and everything we'll be doing with the help of Bootstrap, because as a backend developer, we don't have to worry about how our application looks like. But definitely, if you want to be a full stack, you must be aware about how to integrate it with the React, how React used to work, how component used to work, right? How router used to work, how you just route your application, right? With the different parts. Now, let's go ahead. We got some idea about all the particular files. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do one thing. Just start this application. Okay. We already have this open. If we close this command prompt, here we are. I have to get into SMS. Okay. Right now, I'm the SMS folder. Now I have to start it. How to start it? npm start. Done. Your application will get started now with this particular command. You will see that it will show you starting the development server, and you will be getting a 3000 port will get open for your application. So if you are using create react app, definitely your application will start on 3000. If you are using white.js, it will start on 5173. Okay, so just remember that thing. Even you can change this port as well. You don't have to worry about the port at this moment. So this is the application page. You got it. And glad for you, actually, you have created first application of yours. Okay, although it's by default page which is coming with your create react app, but don't worry, you have started your application. Now we will start building the components as well, and we will be start integrating our particular backend with this front end as well. Okay, let's go ahead, go back to our react application. This is our react application, and I'll be removing all this stuff because I want to put my things over here. Let me change it to hi family only. That's what we were discussing now. So let's put it hi family. Just save it. Only you have to save it. You don't have to reload it as well because your server is already running for React. Hi family is now there. Okay. You got hi family. Just clap for you family. Okay. I'm also a part of your family itself. So please clap for me as well. We have started or we have created our first React application now. And we'll be looking for much more functionalities. We'll be getting deep diver into this React library to create the front end pages, front end application, full fledged application today we'll be creating. So keep your jaws high. Let's get ahead and let's create one important thing, which is the front page. Okay, so that you will get much more familiar with the things of React. Okay, now let's go back to our React application code, and here what we will be doing, we'll be just learning how to integrate the bootstrap. So if you want to integrate the bootstrap now, just stop your application using Control C, terminate the job, yes. For now, if you will go back to this particular page, if you refresh it, you will see that your server has been closed and React application is no more available for now because we have stopped it. Now, I have to integrate the bootstrap. What I can do, npm I or install and bootstrap. Even you can use the save as well. If you do not want, just leave it, bootstrap. So what it will do, it will install the bootstrap dependency into your project. That is the beauty. So it is showing some vulnerabilities. Don't worry about that because maybe it's not compatible with the version that I'm using for the node or npm. But go back to package.json and you will see that bootstrap is here now. Okay. We got the bootstrap now. That is beautiful. So that we can integrate the bootstrap pages now. We do not have to write so much of code for specifically for the HTML. We will be just directly using the already pre-built created forms, carousels, everything we'll be using from there itself. We got the bootstrap now. Let's go back and as we got the bootstrap, we have to integrate it as well, right? Where we'll be integrating? Let's go to index.js. Here only I'll be importing the bootstrap. This is the particular path for now. You can see that. Also, I have to import the JS bundle main. Okay, so I've integrated the CSS file as well as the JS file so that if you will go to particular documentation as well, let me take you to a particular documentation where I'll be just mentioning bootstrap documentation. Okay, let's open that. So introduction bootstrap v5.0, and if you go here, so in the quick start only, it is asking to use this is JavaScript or script tag we have to use. Okay, and it is even asking to add the CSS file. So to avoid these things, actually, what we have done, we have directly installed our Bootstrap now, and even we have integrated that into the index.js. Now you do not have to worry about anything. You have already integrated your Bootstrap into your application. Just go back to the app.js. We'll add few of the things here and we'll see how it will work. But before that, please remember one thing, whatever the components we'll be creating, we'll be just doing it on the app. It's a kind of main page you can see at this moment. Whatever the components we'll be creating, we will be just integrating them on this app.js page. So what we'll be doing in the src only, I'll be creating one folder as components. Right, in the components I'll be having a front page. Whenever I'll be starting my application, I want to have a beautiful page which will be showing student management system, right? So let's go back, create one file as home.js. Okay, generally if you are working with white.js, then white.js, then definitely instead of going for home.js, you will be writing as home.jsx. Even you can write it over here as well, but for now let's go with the js only. Now what we have to do, the first and foremost thing, always remember you have to create the functions only, because whatever the JSX we will be using over here, it should be inside your function. It should return something, and it should export that particular page as well. You might remember when we were using the Java, inside that we were creating the public classes, right? Similarly here as well, instead of the public, we will be exporting it so that it can be accessible to the other particular files as well. Okay, let's go back, do one thing. We'll be creating one function home. Okay, function home, and here return, and here what we want to return, I want to return one h1 tag, and this is home page. Okay, let's save it. After saving it, one important thing that you have to remember is you have to export it as well. Export default and home. Okay, you got it? Hope you have got it. The important thing is only one function you can return as a default. Remember this thing. Even I can create multiple functions in this particular file, but I cannot make everything as default. One should be only a default function. So now go back to app.js. Do one thing. I want to utilize that particular component over here. So what I'll be doing, I'll be just going here, home. Okay, and it is a self. It should be a self-closing tag. Okay, now it's a self-closing tag. I have imported it. The important thing that you will see over here is it is giving some syntax errors. Why? Now you must become familiar with one of the important topic, that is fragments. Fragment is nothing but it will give you a power to use multiple components in a particular return statement. Let's go back, and these are the fragments actually. You can use the fragments, either you can use div tag as well. If I write div, it will act similarly whatever it is acting right now. Okay, so that's how we have taken home here, but important thing is you have to import it as well. Import home from components slash home. Okay, now I got home. This is what I got. I have to start it actually, right? So let's go back, start it, npm start. Let it get restarted actually, or start it. It will take some time to start it for the first time. Let's get it started. Okay, now it has restarted or started. Let's see if we got this component on this page or not. It's taking some time. Why it is taking this? Because it is loading one component as well. And this is home page we got. Clap for you again. You got some idea about how to create components, how to utilize it. We have utilized a component that is created somewhere else in the components folder. We have used it inside the app.js. Okay, this is the beauty, how you can just reuse your components. Even multiple times I can use it. Let's go back, do one thing, just copy it again and again. This is the kind of component that we have created. We can use it multiple times, as many as I want. Save it, go back to your application. You will see that this component is getting used over here. Similarly, this is similar to what that I have already shown you in the Flipkart, right? This is same thing. Okay, let's go back to your application itself, and you got this. I hope component is clear to you. Now, as we've already installed the bootstrap, just utilize that functionality as well. Why you are just wasting your time over here? Okay, so first of all, just create fragments so that We have created the fragments now. Let's remove this one and use some kind of navbar. Okay, we want to use some navbar. Let's go back, use some navbar. But before creating a navbar, just create one component as a navbar so that because in the home.js, I'll be putting some carousels, I'll be putting some sliders. Okay, so let's avoid that for now. We'll be just creating one navbar.js. Okay, here itself, I'll be just returning that function. Or if you don't want to write this boilerplate code, you can just install that extensions as well. And there you can just mention RFC. It will generate your whole code. But right now I want to go with the manual way itself so that I can spend some time with you as well. So we are returning what? What we want to return from here? We want to return inside the fragments and it should be a navbar. Let's go back to our particular bootstrap and let's come here. Let's check for navbar, just search for navbar. We got a navbar. Let's get it open. And this is the navbar we are having. Just copy it, go back, paste it over here, save it. The important thing is you will be getting this particular errors. So to avoid those errors, you have to just close it as well. It should be a self-closing tag. Okay. This thing you have to remember. Wherever you are getting this error, just make it a self-closing tag so that this particular error will go away. Once you will save it, okay, once you will save it, now we have to add this navbar to that particular uh, main JS file, right? That is our app.js at this moment. Just remove this home multiple times, which is coming, and put your navbar over here. Navbar, navbar. Okay. Now we'll be getting an error because we haven't exported it. Let's go back. Just import, just export it as well. Export default navbar. Now go back to app.js. We found a reference. No, that's fine. We have just saved it. Let's go back. Let's go to the React tab. It's giving some error. Navbar is not defined. Why? Why it is not defined? We have defined it actually. Why this error is coming, bro? Navbar. Okay, we have to import it as well, bro. Import navbar from this. Okay, let's go back. You will see that we got this. Hooray! Clap for you. We are getting the functionality as well because we have integrated the JS. If I'll just remove the JS, then this functionality will not come. Okay, we already have installed the bootstrap into our React. That's why we are getting every functionality. Okay, we got high family. Now to remove this high family, I have to just import some carousels over here. So for that, even I will be going with this home.js. Okay, and here only I'll be just putting some carousels. So let's go back, search for carousels. Carousels is nothing but which will show you the sliders. This is the slide, first slide, these are the slides. Okay, let's copy it. I just want to use it. I don't want to waste your time. Okay, let's paste it. And again, you will be getting some error. You have to just make it as a self-closing tag. And inside the SRC, you have to provide some images. So as it is a student management system, just search for um, Shutterstock or just search for student management system. Student, school, images. Okay. So let's go to the images. Just please don't use any of these images. I'm just for particular project only I'm using it. It's not for a commercial purpose. Ideally, you should go with some purchase license images only. Okay. For an example, this is my student management system. I want to go with the front one as this one. Okay, because it's having some copy image link and paste it over here. Paste it over here. You got the image. First image you have got it. Now another one is you have to put few images. Okay, let me put few images. Student management system AI generated. Copy image link. Go back. Just paste it over here. For now, I'm just keeping two pictures only. I'm just removing this div tag. Don't worry, and just save it. Now I have imported something to the home. I have to use it in the app.js as well. Let's go back, remove this one, put app.js, app component, home component, sorry. You have to use the home component. Things are getting low. You have already imported the home. Just save it. Go back to your application itself. This is your application. You got this. Okay. It's not looking good. Let's go back. Yeah, we got it now. So we don't have any other image. So it will just by default load this one only. Now we can increase or decrease the height. I want to make the height as HEIGST. Height equals to, and I want to go with the 400 pixel actually. 400 pixel. Okay. 400. It's so much reduced, bro. The number is 700. Yeah, we got it. So it's looking great now. Let's create some footer as well so that my particular application will be some kind of professional. Okay. Let's go back. Go back to this component. Just create one file as footer.js. Footer.js. We got into footer.js. And let me just copy this whole particular thing to avoid just name it as footer. Bro, yes, yeah. Name it as footer. Footer. Okay. Footer. We have changed it to footer now, and we have to just export the footer as well. Just go back to your bootstrap. Close this one. Go back to footer. Footer. Here I have to choose any one of them. For an example, this is some text within a body. Um, let's go with. Okay, let's go with it. Go back, change it with the one that we have copied now, and just put your SMS and student management system. Okay, let's we're supporting content by Spentarn learning platform. We have created the footer. Just go back to the app.js, place your footer over here. Footer. Okay, we got footer. Just go back to the application react.js. We have to import it as well. Just go back over here, import the footer. We imported it now. Just go back and you will see that you got some footer. You have to keep make it in the center as well. Just go back, navbar, footer. You want to keep it in center. Center. The simple way you can just click over this instead of going with any of the external classes. Just go with it. We are in the center now. Let's see. Yeah, it's in center now. We got everything. SMS, student management system. This is a kind of footer. Just let's suppose it is a footer. Okay, now the important thing is we will be changing these things as well. Let's change it quickly. Never featured, never as SMS. Okay. Home, add or students. Okay, we got students inside the students only. We'll be getting everything. Drop down we are having. We don't want it drop down for now. Disabled area disabled. No, we don't want to get disabled. Let's copy this one only and put it over here as add student. Okay, let's remove this one. Let's remove the search button. I don't want any search button for now. Save it. Go back. You will see that you are having these buttons now. SMS, home, students, add button. But while I'm clicking on it right now, it's not working. Why it is not working? Because you have to install one more thing, which is router. So you have to install router DOM for your React application. Let's go back and ideally, if you want to go with that, so you might think that I can use find all, something like this, find all, right? Find all. So let's see if it will work, but it will not definitely going to work. Add a student. Let's keep it as is. Now, when I'm talking about you have to add router component to add that particular router. So what you have to do, you have to go back to the command terminal. You have to install it. You have to install it actually. So what you will be writing npm install, and it is nothing but your React router DOM. Spelling is incorrect. Router. No, it's correct. So you will be installing the React router DOM for now, and it is nothing but it will give you the functionality of routing your paths from one place to another place. Also, that is very much important if you want to go with the routing concept. So it is also that if we have to check it if it got installed or not. You will be getting it over here. React DOM is there now. Sorry, React router DOM is here now. Now let's go back to the app.js and you have to add that. Okay. So to add that, first of all, what you have to do, import it as browser routes from reactor router DOM. So these are the things you have to import. Okay. Now after importing it, what you have to do, you will just go back to this particular place and you have to give the route uh, particular paths. Okay. So how you will be doing that? Let's come here and just mention your router. Okay. And inside this router, you have to mention routes, and then inside the routes, oh, it should be routes, not routes. Now you have to specify the particular path. Okay. So to specify the path, you will be mentioning route actually, or why this is getting incorrect. Now path equals to, while I want to start my application with a slash, I want to go with the element. Now on the element only, in the element only, I have to pass that particular component name. So the component name is home. Okay. So let's go with it. And similarly, I can remove this for now. And I want to place the navbar on the top. So let's put your navbar on the top. Now we got navbar and we got footer as well. But now the important thing is after getting this home, you have to go with this find all as well. Whatever the particular paths you have given over there, while I'll be clicking on that, in the href we have given this path. So let's go back and find that path. So we have given find all for the students, add student for add students. So these are nothing but this should open a particular component, right? So just create these components as well. Create file and just give it as students.js. Just create that another component as well. New file, add student, right? Dot. We got this. Now inside this only we have to write that function add student. Okay. And this student must, for now, I'll be just returning one thing over here. Oh, return h1 as hi add student. Okay. Similarly, I'll just go back, but before that, just export it as well, so that you will not be getting that error. I've imported it. Just copy it again. Go back to yeah, I go back to the students and just mention students. Okay, return hi students. Okay. That's fine. Now we got add students, we got students. Now in the navbar, what we are mentioning, this path, the find all path should give us the student page, right? Students page where we'll be having all the students. So let's go back to app.js, just write the route, uh, route, and the path should be find all, right? Find all. If it is a find all path, then which element I want? Yeah, I want the students element, right? Element, and this is the element I want. Similarly, for the add student, I want this particular path, right? Add student, I want this particular component. Okay, let's save it now. Oh, just save it. Just go back to your application. You will see that for now, if I'm clicking on home, it's keeping me on same page. For students, if I'm clicking, just for now, it's why it is giving this particular error. Localhost not reachable. Oh, I have to restart it as well. Sorry, because after installing the router, I haven't started. I have to start it. npm start. Okay, and Let me show you that as well. So for now, if you will see over here, let me go back to the localhost 3000 only. It will be taking you to the home page. So let's get it opened. It will take some time for you initially. Later, every functionality will work as is. Let's get it open. Students is not defined. Oh, we have to import it. Again, we are missing it. Let's go back, import students from this, add student from this. Let's go back. Just look at over here. We got it. Now, if I'm clicking on home, it's on the same page now. That's what. If I'm clicking on students, it's taking me to the find all. Okay, and find all. This particular routing I have done with the help of router, rector, router, DOM, and that's how it's taking me to this particular page. Hi, students. These things are remain as is. This is my footer. This is my particular navbar. If I'm clicking on add student, it's taking me to the hi add student page. Okay, so that is the beauty actually of the React. I'm keeping these component as is, but this is what only getting changed. So that is what we are doing with the router component. Now let's go back over here. We got everything. The important thing is now we have to start integrating your application. This is what initial knowledge that you must have over the components and how you can just create your application, how you can just start your application. So I think that is clear to you for now. Let's go back to the all students page. I want to show all the students, but before that I want to create a add student page as well. So what I'll be doing, I'll be just keeping some fragments over here. I've created the fragments, and inside the fragments I want to put some form, right? I want to put the form here. So I'll go back to the bootstrap. I'll just put some form. These are the forms I'm getting, and out of these forms I want to use anyone you can use. I'll just go with the same. Just go over here, paste it, and again it is giving some issues. Just don't worry about that. Oh, we do not have to put the form check, so just remove it for now. And what are the things I want? Let's go back to our backend application. These are the things I want: ID, name, class number, domain. Just copy it so that we can create the fields over here. So for my reference, I'm just creating this. So first of all, it should have some ID, label ID, right? Here it should be text, right? Home control, email input, ID. You can ignore it for now. Okay, just remove it. It's not required. Okay, we got this ID. We have to take this ID over here. Okay, ID. Then we want to have name. Okay, label only label, right? This one also we can remove, right? And this should be a text. Here ID is not required, right? You can put it, but it's not required. We don't want to go with any of the CSS because already we already have the CSS and all. Okay, why it is creating some issues, bro? Oh, fine. Now you got name, you got ID. Now similarly, you have to go with some other things as well. Other things is nothing but class number, father name, and domain, right? So name, then class number. Now you have got everything on the form. Let's go back. ID, name, class number, father name actually. Father name. Okay. Let's go back to your form and just go to your application. This is my application now, and you will see that you are getting these things: ID, name, class number, and all of those stuffs, right? And to just make it much more easier for you, just try to enter something. Let's suppose for me, and class number 12, father's name Sanjeev Sharma, right? And domain is science, right? You'll see that if I'm hitting submit, it's not going anywhere. And even if I'll do inspect, let's do the inspect. Go to this, let's remove it, fill something, 45, Puneet, class number as 12, and father's name Sanjeev Sharma, domain is science, right? Just hit submit. You see that nothing is getting happened, right? And this is giving one more error. Instead of, yeah, one more thing is, instead of using class, you should use class name wherever you are using class, because generally this class is a reserved keyword in the JavaScript, you know that, right? So that's why we have to avoid using the class inside the HTML, right? So instead of class, you can just mention it as class name wherever you are using it. But for now, I'm just keeping it as is because it's not making any of the functionality change in my particular application. So let's go ahead and do important thing now. The important thing is you have got ID, name, class number, father's name, domain, submit. Everything you are having at this moment, but you're not utilizing it, right? So how you have to utilize it? So basically, wherever we are taking this input, we have to add one thing, which is on change. And what it will do, let's see over here. What it is giving actually. Set ID, what is it? So these are nothing but you have to understand basically use state concept. So this concept is nothing but, first of all, let me just go over here. I have to import one use state. Import use state from React. Remember this thing. You have to import it. What is it actually? Let's create one thing. Const. Here I'll be just mentioning my ID and then set ID or. Let's do one thing. Student, and let's do set student, and inside the use state, this is the use state I'm using. Inside this use state, setting I'll be setting these things. So what are the things we are having? We are having name as empty for now, class number, ID should also be there, right? ID also we are taking. ID should also be there. So what that mean actually? So just important this thing and you are done with the React. Just try to understand it, okay? Forget about everything for now. Just listen to my words. Listen to me carefully because this will give you output of whole React, right? When you are using the React, this is the thing which creates an impact in the React. And what is it? So for now, you just understand it. This student is nothing but it is having these values for now. So use state is nothing but it is setting the values inside the student for now, right? What values it is setting at this moment is empty, right? It's blank, it's blank, it's blank again. Everything is blank, right? Now the set student is nothing but a kind of, you can assume it as a function which will change student, right? Which will be changing the student, which will be helpful to change the student, which will be helpful to update the student, right? I hope you got an idea. Use state is nothing but it is a particular servant of a student that is setting the values inside the student at this moment. The present is this use state and the future is set student, right? Just understand it. Present is this use state, future is set student, and that's done. If you got this, definitely you are done with the React. Okay. Now just go with the flow. It's saying that whenever I'll be doing any of the change, whenever I'll be entering something, it will be going for the set student. You know that in the present we are having this value, but set student will be used to set the values in the student in the future, right? In the future only, because once we start the application, the present is use state, and once we start entering something, it's something that is future, right? And that's what I want to set inside the student. So what actually it is representing now, you got the idea about the present and the future, but everything is related to the student only, right? But presently, in present, we are having empty values. But once I start entering something, this is nothing but I'm using the set student to set the values into the student, right? So how it is setting? We are using a callback function, right? What it will do, it's similar to the lambda, right? What we are doing, we are just going with anything. I can write it as E, F, I can write it anything, right? I'm just assuming it E right now. It's setting the property of the student. It's setting in the future, right? In the future, but it is setting in the student itself, right? It's setting into the student where ID is getting set with the E dot target dot value. Remember this thing, this E dot target dot value is nothing but it will go once you start typing, right? Whatever the things you will be entering, the same thing, it will be just putting inside the ID, right? Similarly, let's go for the name. Whatever the values you will be entering inside the name, the same thing it will automatically set inside the student, right? You will get the idea. I hope you got the clarity as well. Let's do the same for everything, whatever you are having, because everything we have to enter, right? You got everything now. Now, what you have to do, this is your form, and on form, you have to do on submit. What should it do? On submit, it should actually call a particular function which is handle submit, right? It's nothing but a kind of function that we'll be getting now. Now, whatever things it has particularly set right now inside this ID and all, I want to see those things into the console, right? So what I'll do, I'll just create a function handle submit, right? And it's not required to mention the E for now, but what I'll be doing, I'll be just going inside it and inside this function only. And sometimes these suggestions are not good. Okay. Now, inside this handle submit, what I want to do, I want to go with this console.log. Now, the things has already set. I want to show those things here only, student, right? Okay. But now, once I'll submit it, it will not take time, right? I want to just show it for a longer duration of time. So I'll be using e dot prevent default. All right. E dot prevent default, right? What it will do, it will not remove the data whichever will come on the console. Here also we have to now use E. Okay. Let's save it. Just go back to this page and it's giving some errors. Why is it so? It's not a function or its return value is not a variable. Okay, let me check it. Also have to import the React as well. Import React from React, right? Go back, but it's giving issues. Okay, default is not set to a function. Return type is not iterable. Default is not a function. Oh, you have to use React dot useState. So basically, what you have to do, this useState should be coming from this React only, right? That's why you have to import this React, right? Now you have imported React dot useState. Now everything will remain as is. Just go back and refresh it, even though it will automatically get refreshed. It's showing this particular thing. Just hold on for a moment and just enter 45 Puneet class as 12th, father's name, domain as science, right? Just hit submit. You will see that you got this data. Amazing. You got this data on the console now. Clap for you guys. You got the data now in your console. So that means whatever the data you are filling at this moment, it's there now. Why I have used that e dot prevent default, because if you will see when I have submitted it, it's not got reload, and that's why I have used that e dot prevent default, so that this page will not get reload and I can see this data over here in the console. Because if it get reload, definitely this data will not be available over here, right? Now let's go back and I want to save this data into the database. We have already created that API, right? Let's go back to our code. What is the API name? Just go to the controller. This is your controller, right? And in this controller, if you will see that where we were saving it, post mapping, create student, and that's where we were saving it. Just go with the slash SMS with localhost, okay? But before that, to communicate with the backend system, we have to install Axios. So for the HTTP communication with the React and the backend system, we'll be using the Axios. So let's go back to your command terminal and just stop it and just install it. So npm I install, I can just use write I as well, Axios, right? Just install it. You will see this dependency as well in your package.json, right? So you got it. Even the vulnerabilities are coming, we are not doing any cyber remediation at this moment, but you got Axios, right? You got this Axios. Just go back to your add student. Now you got the Axios dependency, just import it over here. Import Axios, Axios from Axios, right? You got the Axios here. The Axios is here. You have imported it. Uh, Here, yes, you got it. Now you imported it already, right? And in the handle submit, what I want to do, I have shown it. I want to save it into the backend system. What I'll be doing, important thing is, let's go back and see what it is returning. It is returning a student as well, right? It is returning an object S1, right? So to show that, what I'll be doing, I'll be just doing response equals to Axios dot post, right? Now I have to mention this particular API, API URL, right? So what is my API URL? That is nothing but localhost slash API only, right? And what I want to send with it, I have to mention the data as well. So the data is student, right? So I have to send this data to this particular URL. So that is what Axios used to do, right? I hope you got a clarity now. Now it will be returning something to our response, right? And I want to show that response. So one more thing before proceeding ahead, if you are going to submit this request, it may take some time, right? So if it is taking time, you do not want your front end to get reload quickly. So what you will be using, again, you will have to go with the async with your particular function, and here you have to use await. So this particular post will be written up. You have to use await, right? This particular method that we are using axios.post, it will be returning some promise, right? And until it returns some promise, we are using a await function so that it should wait for some time until I get some response, right? So once I get those response, what I'll be doing, I'll be just using if response dot data doesn't equals to none, I'll be showing a alert student added successfully. Else I'll be showing a alert which is error adding the student, right? It's a beauty, right? This is the simple steps that I've done to save the student, right, in the backend system. Let's see if it would work or not. So it is giving some error in connection establishment. Definitely, why this is there is an error, because I haven't started my application yet. I have to start this. Okay, without starting as well, I'll be showing you this thing while I'm submitting it. It's only showing over here. Now no alert is coming because it is showing that error in connection establishment. If I'll see that my particular application is not up and running, you can see that scope is not getting highlighted at this moment. So I'll start this first. Run as Spring Boot app. Let, let's get it started. We got it, guys. We got it. 8080, right? Now let's go back. Just refresh it. And uh, why is it not coming, man? Oh, we have added Axios, but we haven't started it, right? We have to start this one as well. There are certain things that you must have to remember while you are working on any of the full stack project. So we have started it again. Let's see. It will automatically launch a tab with the localhost 3000. We will be getting onto the home page now. This video might be longer than the one that we have created for the backend, right? It is giving some error response and list is not defined. Okay, we have to define it as well. We have to give the type as well, right? We have forgot to give the type. So let's give it as const, right? Let's give it a type as const. Let's go back, see it, we got it, and go to the add student. Here we will be start adding it, but before that I have to open the terminal as well. Let me just resolve it out. ID 45, Rohit Sharma, right? Okay, Rohit Sharma only will mention it. Rohit Sharma, class number as 12, father's name as, let us suppose, Sanjeev Sharma, or anything you can mention, XYZ, right? Domain is commerce, right? And submit. You will see that now you are getting amazing error, right? Error, network error, post error failed. Why it is getting failed? You will see that here. Allow origin header is present. Okay, you will see that this is giving some course error, right? Cross origin. And to resolve that out, what we have to do, we have to go back to our application, and here we have to use at the rate cross origin, and here we have to mention that I want to accept everything, right? Ideally you should give your React application URL, which is 3000 port, but I'm giving it as cross origin. import cross origin, right? Just save it and it will reload that application again because we have used the dev tools. Amazing, beauty. We have got it on the Tomcat port 8080. Now, ideally, again, I'm saying you, if you are going for a production deployment, definitely just remove it and use your actual port. That is the 1000 HTTP localhost 3000. Then only just deploy it, okay? Or else anyone can access it. It's also a kind of security feature that we are having, okay? Let's go back to the page. Just reload it and just submit it 45 or just go with the Dhoni this time, okay? Dhoni bhaiya. Okay, class number 12. Let us suppose XYZ or anything. Apologies. And domain should be anything. I'm just giving science. Just submit it. Oh, we have to use the slash SMS. Okay, we were using API instead of SMS, right? So just use SMS, right? Just save it. Go back to your application. Just save it now. You will see that student added successfully now. We will be just trying with some other data as well. Then we will be checking the database as well. So for now, I'll be just mentioning it as 100 and PV 12th class or 11th class. Father name Sanjeev Sharma. Science, right? You submit it. You will see student added successfully. Let's go back and we'll see if that is getting added. Okay. If you will see in the backend as well, it is showing that it is inserting everything, whatever we are sending from our React application, right? Let's go ahead and open your DB, which is SQL, MySQL, right? MySQL Workbench I'm opening. So we are on this. Just use the student management system. Select all the students, and you will see that we are adding these things 1, 2, 45, 100, 210. Everything is coming as expected, right? Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. Now the important thing is why this father name is not coming, right? And the class number is not coming. This is something fishy, right? We have to check it out. Let's go back. Here we are getting everything, but there it's not taking it. Why it is not taking? Let me check it out. Okay. The important part is, however you are setting it here, and in the back end it should match. So this is also one thing that you must have to remember. Put it as class number. It should be father name, right? Save it now. Because in the back end, how we have defined it. Let's go back to the model and you define it like in this way. So it should be in the same way only if you want to save it to the backend, right? Just try to save some new entry. Um, because here if you will see this was coming like this father's name. Ideally it should go in the same way, right? However, we have defined in the entity. ID should be 55, name as Puneet, or this time I will go with Vinny, VSHISHTHA, class number as 11th, father's name as, let's save it. This time if you will see our class number, father's name as going as is. So this time everything should get saved with ID 55, right? Let's go back to this particular workbench. Just run this. You will see that this time for the ID 55, again this is not coming. Although we are saving it correctly, but why it is not coming? ID. The important thing is here it's not getting filled. Why it is not getting filled? You have changed it, but you have not completely changed it. Just go back. Here also you have to just mention it as class number and father name. These are the minute silly things that we have to understand, right? And how you will be just getting to know that you have made a mistake by just doing some experimentation, right? Let's go with 88. This time also we need go with class number as 12. Sanjeev Sharma, right? Domain as art this time. Let's go submit. And this time you will see. We are getting the class number as well as father's name, right? So let's go back, check this DB. It's taking some time for you as well. I don't want to waste your time, but this is what the actual debugging will look like. 88, 12, Art, Sanjeev Sharma, Vineet, everything we are getting at this moment. That's a great thing for you, right? It's clap for you, and it's amazing. You have done a great job if you are following with me, right? So we have just done with the create one, right? Let's go now. We have to add retrieve one. So in the students, I'll be just fetching it, right? Let's go here. Just have some table, right? So I'll be taking the table from the bootstrap again. I'll be asking for the table. Just give me a table, bro. Tables. Here you are having this table. Just copy it. Go back to your React application. Just create fragments first of all. Always remember if you are having multi-line of code for the HTML, just create these fragments, right? Or div, a container that means, right? So we'll be having an ID, we will be having name, we will be having class number and father's name and domain everything. Hooray! We got it using Copilot now. Now, this is a kind of data that is already hard coded. I don't want to use it. I want to fetch it from my API, right? And I have already imported my Axios. So to use that, as I have already told you that we will be having a concept of use state that we have to use. Again, there is one concept as use effect. Always remember use effect. Effect means once you will start your application, instantly that use effect will come into the picture, and whatever the function you will be giving to that, it will be starting with that use effect, right? Just remember this thing. Now, first of all, import React from React, import Axios from Axios. Uh, Now import use state from use state from React. Even I want to use effect from React. Now these things, as I'm just putting multiple things at this moment, just give it as like this. Okay, we have got use state, we have got use effect now, and what we have to do these things. Let's reload it first. Okay, let's go back to our application. Let's see if that data is okay. Use effect has already been declared. Use effect has already been declared. Okay. It's already been declared above. We do not have to worry about importing it again, right? So just remove it from here. Save it back. Go back. You will go to your home page now. First of all, we'll go to the home page. Okay, home page also we haven't defined what we have to do. We have to just go to this page, and because this particular page why it is not working, we have to go to our navbar here where we are mentioning this as href. It should be a slash, right? So this time it should work. Let's go to some other page like add student. Go back to home page. Why it is not working, bro? Why? Let's go back. Slash SMS. Okay, in the home page as well I have to mention it. In the logo only I was mentioning it. Okay, let's go back to our application. Okay, now just click on home and you will see that you are on the home page now. Okay, so that's the beauty. Let's go back to the students page now. We're getting a table that is by default which is coming. I want to have the values from the backend system. Let's go back, and the changes that I'll be doing is with the Axios and with the students one. Okay, this is a particular class, or this is a particular JS file where we have to do everything now. Update, delete, retrieve, everything should be done in the students.js. Okay, because on the same page itself, we will be updating, we will be deleting, we will be just retrieving. So create was there on some different page. Even that also we can put it over here using true functionality. We can give it as some functionality. But for now, let's keep it on another page. But other things, whatever is remaining, we can keep it on this page itself. Let's go do one thing. First of all, just use the same const students, set students, use state, right? Now use effect, it is showing already. Remember one thing, whatever it is showing, just don't blindly go with it. Here you have to uh, run a function which is fetch students, right? And this particular function, what it will do, it's something in which I'll be writing the code, right? And which I'll be writing the code to fetch the students. Axios means, right? Let's go. Okay, I have to create some function first of all over here. Fetch students, students. Let's save it. And here as well, I have to do that thing, which is name of ID as ID, name as this. Okay. While we just want to run this fetch students, I've already told you that whenever this use effect is nothing but it's a kind of functionality of React. Whenever your page will get reload or start, whenever you will be going to that particular page, use effect will first of all get trigger, and inside that, whatever the things we are just defining, it will be coming into the picture. Okay. So the fetch student method only we want to start once we reload the page. So what it will do, we'll be just going to axios.get, and to retrieve the API, we have to check the retrieve API, right? So let's go back to the controller to fetch all the students. What we were doing, get all, right? We have to use get all, and it should be SMS slash get all, right? And it will be returning some response. We don't want to use it in this way, right? We want to go with some simple way. First of all, you have to just use a particular brackets over here and return. So here only I'll be just returning something, right? What I want to return, const. I want to set these values into the students, right? So how I'll be setting it? I'll be using const student row const student stu equals to this. And to set the values, what I'll be doing, I'll be using set students and stu.data, right? Then what I want to do inside the fetch string is not something which I want to return, but this is the thing I want to do. So what it will be doing, it will be returning some data into the stu, and then I'll be setting this data into the set student. So I've already told you that this is the future. Once I get the data, I'll be just putting it inside this particular data, which is empty for now. Okay. So I got the data, and important thing is I'll be just putting it as async, and here I'll be just using await so that it should wait to get the whole data. Okay. Whenever you are using this const and all, it should go inside a kind of before the return statement itself, right? So you must have to avoid using it inside this return statement, right? Before that only we have to do it, right? That's it. So just remember this thing, return statement should have only JSX. Okay. And it's completely a GS, so you have to avoid putting it inside the return statement. So we have got this now inside my what this functionality will do. So whenever I'll be just refreshing my application, I'll be just going to that particular page. This use effect will start our fetch students. It will trigger that fetch students, and this fetch students will get the data of the students to the STU, and that particular thing I'm setting inside the students. Right? I hope it's clear to you now. Now, to avoid this particular hard coded values, how I'll be just using it. So I'll be just going with the students. So the data that we have got is in the students now, right? So now just use it. Students, already it is giving some suggestions, but let me give you idea. Students, why we are just changing it here? We just started changing here. No, we have to change it. We have to keep it over here. Students. Okay, we got it. Let me explain you. So what it is doing, whatever data we are having in the students, we are mapping it using the student, right? We can name it as anything. I can name it as item. But for now, as it is a student, I'm just mentioning it as a student. Now key I'm mentioning it as ID. Now in the data, what I'm mentioning, ID, name, class number, further name, domain, right? These are the things we are having in the database, right? So that's done. Okay, let's go back to our application now. And okay, student.map is not a function. Student on map is not a function. It is giving some issues with this. Okay, it's our object that we are consuming, but now with the help of map, we are trying to consume it as an array, right? It's actually object now, and we are trying to consume it as a array. So what I have to do, what I'll be doing, I'll be just removing this part for now. Let's remove this part. It should be a particular array only, right? Because we want to consume it as an array instead of object. Let's go back. Here you will see that you got the data. Clap for you guys, clap for you. The important thing that we got to know is when we were trying to use it as an object, um, then map was getting failed, right? And ideally this map will be working on array itself, right? So you have to use it as an array. Okay, so you should avoid that, right? So we have to use it as an array now instead of using it as an object. So we got the data. We have worked on retrieval policy as well, retrieval functionality as well. So we have done create, we have done retrieve. Now it's the time for updation and then deletion, right? So let's add those buttons over here. Okay, let's go back to our particular application itself. Let's add that particular button. So here only what we will be doing, this is our TR. Inside the TR itself, what we will be doing, we'll be just adding it as delete button, and this is a delete functionality that I want to go with. And in this only, I want to pass one thing which is on click, right? Whenever I'll be clicking on it, it should have some functionality, and we will be using a callback function which it is suggesting as well. So this callback function, what it will do, it will be just utilizing a delete student, even though I can create my manual function as well. So that's what I have to do. So on click equals to, and then we have to utilize that particular thing over here. That is nothing but to create a callback function. And this callback function, what it will do, it will be just delete student, right? Delete the student. And inside this delete to student, I have to pass a particular ID as well. And that particular ID is nothing but our student dot ID, right? Done. So we have got whenever I'll be clicking on this particular delete button, this particular delete student will get triggered. And inside this delete student, what we will be doing, let's create that particular function now. Just go about, create that function. Okay, we got some ID now, and it's giving a lot of suggestions. We got some ID, and after getting this ID, what we have to do, we have to check our backend as well, what it is trying to return after deleting it. Let me go to this delete. It should return a particular string. Okay, okay. Let's go back. So let's do const response, right, equals to Axios dot delete. And what I want to delete, how I want to delete, I have to know that particular. Okay, this is the particular path and that it will try to follow, right? So inside the delete, I have to just particularly place that URL. That URL is nothing but our local host, HTTP localhost, and 8080 slash SMS slash, this is our particular path. But remember one thing. But remember one thing. This delete here we are just passing it as curly braces ID. But in case of React, it should be like this. Remember this thing. It should come as dollar symbol and this tick, right? Okay, got it. Now it will be returning some response to us. Just do one thing. Alert, and what I want to return, just response dot data. Done. Whatever it will be doing, because already we have set it, right? That node deleted successfully. So whatever the data we'll be just getting, we just want to show it on the alert. Okay, so that is much more efficient way. So it will show whatever it is coming from the backend. So we have created it. Let's go back to our particular backend now. Sorry, front end now. We have got everything on at this moment. But important thing is, whenever I'll be deleting it, let me show you that. Whenever I'll be deleting it, it will stay on the same page. But I want to take it back to the fetch students page, right? So again, it should fetch the students, whatever the refresh page I want, right? It should get all the refresh data on this particular page. For an example, I'm just deleting PV, and it is saying undefined, right? Why it is saying? Let me show you that as well. Let's go back. It has already deleted it, but it's not getting refreshed. and I have to add that fetch students, right? This fetch students, okay. And again, one thing we are missing over here is that we have to always use that async function, async, and here we have to use await because it may take some time instead of directly going and just mention it as response.data because the data might take some time to come from the backend to the front end. So let's use the await as well, and that's done. Okay, we have done it. Let's go back to our uh, particular application. Just reload it. You will see that after reload that is not available because already we have deleted it last time. Let's do this again. I'm just deleting this 210. Just delete it. It will show deleted successfully. I'm clicking on OK. Now it's removed, right? I can delete everything if I want. Let's suppose Rohit Sharma I want to remove. Delete it successfully. Okay, just delete it. Okay. So we have done create, retrieve, deletion. Now the important part. The important part is coming as updation. Updation is coming into the picture now, bro. So let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Here we have to add one more button, and the button should be the updation, right? So we got this update button, and here also just we have to just use this on click functionality, right? And here we will be just passing this ID. Okay, we got this ID. We are just passing this ID. We have to create this function now, right? We will just go back above, and we'll be just creating that function. Let's again start with async only. Async function update. And now listen me carefully. Okay. For an example, what are the data we are having at this moment in the students? I want to push the same into that particular update form, right? For an example, I have got some ID. With that ID only, I want to have the same data, whatever the data is with aligned with that particular ID, right? So let's do one thing. First of all, let's get this data into some another constant, right? We can just create one another one const select student, then set select student, right? Yeah, set select student, then use state again. Now this time we will be using object, right? Why I'm using the object? Because I want to set those things. So first of all, ID, name, class, father name, I want to keep as is. Now important thing is when I'm hitting the update, now what it should do, it should just put those particular data, the student data inside this select student, right? How I'll be doing that? I'll be just going back, set select student, right? And then I just want to push those particular data here. Okay, we got it. Okay, we are just setting in the new one, we are just setting the select student, right? And this particular thing will get open on the new form. That's why I'm setting it. So please try to understand it. It's the most important one, and out of all of these functionalities, the updation one is much more complex, right? So what we have done, whatever the data we are having currently in the students, and from the students, we are retrieving all the details of that particular student, and those that particular student, I'm just storing it select student using the set select student, right? I hope it's getting some more difficult for you, but don't worry. I've already told you, user state is something which is the present. Set select student is something which is the future, right? And in the future, what we are doing, we are just setting the properties using the current one which is already retrieved into the select student, right? So let's make it clear from here. I'm setting ID as students.id, name as students.name, right? So everything as set. Okay. Now, what I'll be doing, what I have to do, I have to just create I have to just hit that particular response, right? Or hit that particular API, which is there for the updation. Now, important thing will come up. There we have talked about patch mapping and put mapping. Here, anything we can use. We can use patch mapping. We can use put mapping because all the data we already have on the table, right? We are not entering manually at this moment. So it's better. We can go with the put mapping itself. Okay. So let's do response equals to await. Why await? Because it may take some time. Await Axios dot put, and then I have to provide my URL, right? Let's go back to the put mapping. Here I'm having this put mapping where I'm just sending this ID, right? Wherever I've already told you wherever I'm using the path variable, I have to go with that dollar symbol and tick, right? So let's go with that. Where is that tick, right? So this is my tick, and then HTTP localhost SMS update. Let's see if it is update only. Update student it is, right? Just try to use the same only. Update student ID and the select student. I'm just sending with it, right? So that it can update it, right? What it is doing at this moment, I have retrieved it actually. I want to show it on some other page. Okay. So now I want to create some form that will show this data. Okay. For now, I'll not be using directly this particular thing because even I have to update it, right? So what I'll be doing, I'll be just showing a form if we are hitting the update button, right? So what I'll do, I'll just go back over here. I'll just create forms, and here I'll just setting form, and then set form, right? Whatever it is showing, it's correct only at this moment equals to use state. And in the state, what I want to do, I want to put it as false, right? So let's put it as false because ideally initially it should be closed, right? Whenever I'll be clicking on update, then only it should get open. So that's why I've put it as false by default, right? Now the important thing is we have created this form, and this form I have to create it over here, right? Let's go over here, and here we will be giving a condition, right? What condition? That even if form is true, then only the next one should follow, right? And in the next only I'll be giving the same form whatever was there in the add student, right? Let's go and utilize the same button and all. Yeah, same. Go back to the students one. Here only just paste it. Okay, done. So whenever the form is true, then only this particular form should get open, right? And if it get opened, it should have all the values whatever is there currently in the new one that we have created, the new one which is select student, right? And now I'll be just using the select student, right? So which value we want to show over here? So the value should be value equals to the selected student dot id, similarly name, similarly class number, similarly father name, and here domain, right? We got the values on the form as well. Now on change, whenever I'll be changing it, the same thing we'll be following, right? We'll be using this select student only, and that thing will get into the select student, right? And then it should be handle update button, right? Now whenever I'll be hitting this submit button, we will be creating one handles update button, right? So let's go back over here, just create one more function, handle update button, right? Let's clear it from here. We just want to use it out of this update student. We've got some data, and here we will be setting that form true here only because when I have clicked on that button, then only that particular form should be visible. And after that, I'll be just having this handle button. I'll be just creating this function. It should be async function handle update, and then here also I have to just create it like this. Do one thing now. Whatever thing we have done previously, the same thing we'll be doing. Response equals to await, and the same thing Axios and all. SMS update. Let me check if it is update only. It's update student, right? Let's go back. Just update the student. Oh, maybe we don't do that. It should be update student, right? Student. And the same thing we have got it from update student ID. Okay, this function I can even try to create it over here. Okay, handle update. I can create an arrow function over here, async, and the same thing I can do inside this one only, right? and response I'll be getting, and that response, whatever the response I'll be getting, I just want to utilize it. I just want to utilize it. If now, as we are getting this one, so we have put the form as true, and this is a callback function that we have created now. And inside that, once we got some data, what we have to do is I have to just set the form as false again, because this thing I have already created as true. Now after this one, what I'll be doing, I'll be just using fetch students, right? And this thing is not required as of now. Okay, just save it, go back to our application. It's showing handle update function is not defined, handle update button is not defined. Let me see that. Handle update button is not defined. Okay, we have to create it outside only, don't create it inside, please. So this is a function that we are creating at this moment, and here this is the handle update button. Okay, now let's go back, just do update, the form will get open. Why it is not carrying with the particular data, so we have to check it out actually. Why it is not coming up with the data. I'm clicking on that update student. Okay, what we can do over here is, instead of passing a particular ID, we can pass the whole student object itself, so that the student object will come over here, and everything we will be just adding it, right? Student dot domain and everything. Okay, let's go back, just refresh your page, and here we got the data update, and everything is coming as is, right? Let's update this one, so everything is coming as is. Let's change it to Sri Sanjeev Sharma, right? Sri Sanjeev Sharma, submit, and we got it, Sri Sanjeev Sharma. Okay, so we got the updation as well. Okay, let's update this one. Here we are not having the name, so let's put Sanjeev Sharma, right? And class number as 13. Okay, submit it, and we got it, 13 Sanjeev Sharma. Okay, let's give this one as well, class number as 15, even though 15, 12, and 15 and 13 is not possible, but yeah, I'm just still giving it Sanjeev Sharma. Okay, sign, submit it, and we got everything on sorted. And here also, if I select this particular student, you will see that everything has been updated. So this is the beauty actually. You have integrated everything from the back end to the front end, and via the front end to the back end as well, right? So that's how you can create a full stack application. We have done everything. We have create, we have update, we have retrieve, we have delete as well. So this is a full stack development video for you guys. Even though it's a very long video, I was not willing to create that much long video, but still, apologies for that. And thank you for watching this video. And I believe that is very much fruitful for you. Definitely, we'll be coming up with lot of amazing other videos as well. For an example, we are having Spring Security coming up. We are having Spring AI coming up. That is already in the queue. But this was a video maybe you all are waiting for. And yeah, this is here. Thank you so much for watching it. I'm your instructor Puneet Vashistha, and you're watching Spentarn Learning Platform. Please hit subscribe and like to this video. And I believe we have done a full stack development. You are a full stack developer now. Congrats. Thank you so much.